Hello, friends. Welcome to Math Time with Mrs. Ides. Actually, today's math is kind of like a pattern art math. I'm so excited. You're going to need your spring egg art page, and you're also going to need your light green construction paper. You're going to need your scissors, your glue sticks, some crayons, and some brightly colored markers. Let's try to use the brightest color markers that you have. Let's stay away from the dark colors. We want a nice, happy, spring, bright colored egg. So you can either pull this out of your packet or just snip the corners so that you're out of the packet and put the rest away. And you'll see here your beautiful spring egg. And we're going to talk about the different pieces that we can see on this egg, okay? That will help us make a pattern as we color. All right, so I see flowers. Do you see flowers? I see lots of flowers. And within the flowers, I see centers. Can you touch all the centers of the flowers? Excellent. So all of these center pieces will be colored the same. All of the flowers around will be colored the same way. Do you see leaves? Yes, touch the leaves. All of the leaves will be colored the same way in a pattern, a circular pattern or an oval pattern. And then we have these big cutout pieces like windows, like funny shaped windows. Can you find these funny shaped windows? They will also be a different color. And then we have the entire rounded outline part of the egg as well. So it's like a pattern in that we're coloring the same parts with the same color, and it's going to complete the picture with similarities, okay? So let's go ahead and begin by using a nice bright color for the center of our flowers. I'm going to use orange. You can use any color you like. You can either use a marker or you can use crayons too. All right, markers tend to pop a little bit more, be more vivid and bright in this project, but you can use either markers or crayons, all right? So let's find all of the centers of the flowers first. So gently color them in. Remember, you don't need too much pressure in a marker because the marker is wet. And the more pressure we put, the more likely the paper is to get a little too wet and rip, okay? So let's find all of the centers and color all of our centers the same color. I'm using orange. You might be using yellow or lavender. It's up to you. It's totally up to you. It's your project. But you have to do, as a pattern, the centers all the same color. Some are big, some are little, but they're all centers of flowers. So check and double check that you didn't miss any centers, the middles of the flowers. All right, once you've checked that step, go ahead and close that marker. Great job. Now let's think of the color of leaves. When you think of leaves, what color do you think of? Green, that's right. So you can get a green marker or a green crayon. And now we're going to color all of the leaves. If the leaves look like they're cut off a little bit, that's okay. You can just extend the line up and then color inside. So if you notice, I'm not making a marker color that goes I'm using lines. Remember we talked about that once. Lines to fill in the space. This way, it doesn't get the paper too wet. We can trace the shape and then gently just fill it in with lines. Trace and fill in. Because if it gets too wet, the paper could rip. We did this when we did our shamrocks. All right, find all of the leaves that you can. You can trace the outer sides and then fill in the middles. See? So pretty and vibrant these colors are. Try your best. You can use a crayon instead. I like to use markers sometimes because it helps to pop the color. Good job, friends. All the leaves are the same color. Here we are. Remember, if the video is going too quick for you, you can always pause and catch up. This is almost like a search and find, isn't it? We have to look and review and see if we can spot the leaves. It's kind of fun. In many pieces of art, we see lots of patterns, repeating patterns, shape patterns, finding similarities. There's lots of patterns in the world, in math, in art, in music, in science, in reading, like word families are a type of pattern as well. Good job, friends. Find all of those leaves. Trace and fill them in. Excellent. I like how you're doing a very neat, careful job. Careful, some of these little windows could look like leaves, but I know these are leaves because I see the lines, the veins of the leaves inside, so I know it's not a window. All right. Good. Did you find all of your leaves too? Double check. It's always very important to check our work. Okay, if you're done with your leaves, then you can put the green aside. And now let's think about another color. All right, a color for the flowers. All right, I think I'm going to use a pink color, but you can use any color you like for your flowers. So cap on the back or pick a color crayon that you like the most. And let's start filling in the flowers. Again, if you see part of a flower that is a little cut off, you can kind of just draw where you think the petal would be. Now, I like to trace the petals of the flower first and then go ahead and color it in, just like I did with the leaves. You can do the same technique too. It's very helpful to know where to stay inside of the lines. Very nice. Great job, friends. Keep up the great work. It's almost like we're making a stained glass window. Have you ever seen those pretty windows with pictures and all the colors? They sure do look pretty. Careful, don't get in a little tiny window box. Just the round curvy corners are good clues that it's a flower. Use your line strokes to fill in the flowers. Trace and fill in. This way you'll keep your markers from mixing in with the other colors, because markers tend to bleed into other colors because they're wet. Once they dry, then they won't smear. All right, great job. Get inside those spaces. Long strokes. Make it as even as you can. See, this part kind of gets cut off, so I'm just kind of drawing the rest of the petal there. And now I know where to color it in inside. Great job, friends. Take your time. Remember, if it's going too quickly, you can always pause, catch up, and then start again. Great job. Around and around you go. Filling in these flower petals. There's a lot of flowers, huh? Sometimes if you feel your hand is getting tired, try to loosen your grip so that it's not so tight. Sometimes our hands get tired when we're squeezing too hard. If you need, you can even shake out your hand a little bit, stretch, come back to the project in a little while if you need a little break. But I'm going to go ahead and finish it here so you can see what to do with the construction paper. All right, friends? Good job. Keep up the great work. There's sure a lot of flowers on this egg, huh? But we can do hard things. This is also a good practice in being patient. You know, artists have to be really patient with their work so that they can make a masterpiece, just like you're making. You're making a masterpiece too. Great job, friends. Keep going. You can do it. It's called stamina. When we keep going, we are building stamina, meaning that we can do a task for a long time, a long period of time, and concentrate and focus on it for a long time. Great job. I can't wait to see your beautiful art on Flipgrid. How exciting. I love to see everybody's different ideas with different colors, different patterns happening in their spring egg. Beautiful. Look, we're almost done. You can do it. You have stamina. Remember what stamina means? You can focus and work the whole time. Wow, look how neat this egg is turning out. We're almost there, friends. Almost there. You can do it. I like the big flowers because I can use big, long strokes to fill in the petals. Can you do that too? Can you use big, long strokes? Wow, that was a big one. All right, I see 2 more flowers left for me. How about you? How many more flowers do you have left? Remember, don't worry, you can take a break and come back to it if you need. Or you can keep working along with me and practice building your stamina. Wow, 1 more. We can do this. Excellent, yay. All right, so once all your flowers are done, you can put that color marker away and find another color for your windows, these funny little window shapes in the middle. I think I'm going to use this light blue color. You can use any color you like, remember? So trace the shape and fill it in. You can use purple, you can use orange, any color you like. All right, remember, trace the shape. If you need to help the shape to the end, you can. Some pieces are cut off with the copy machine, but that's okay. We can fill in the rest. We can imagine where it is. Extending the lines out. Great job. Come and get all your little windows. Same color for all the little windows. Great job. Trace the outer edges and then shade in the middle. Fill it in. There we go. And sometimes you'll notice that as the markers dry, the colors get lighter, and it's actually quite pretty. Here's the one down here that's kind of hard to tell. You can do it. Good job. Trace all those window pieces. This is good practice for our hands too. Building muscles in our hands. Because our hands are still developing and growing. They need exercise too. Wow, look at all these windows. What fun shapes. Do you like fun shapes? I like fun shapes. They're fun to look at. Great job. Remember, you could use crayon too if you prefer crayon, or if you don't have the markers, you can use crayons as well. Trace all these shapes. All right, long strokes inside. Wow, look, so many windows. What do you think there's more of, friends? Leaves, flowers, windows, centers? What do you think? I think the centers and the flowers are equal because each flower has a center. But I think there's a lot of leaves, maybe more leaves in the picture than anything else. Excellent. This one didn't take too long. There weren't as many windows, right? Okay, once you're done with the windows, check, make sure there's nothing left. And now I'm going to use one of my very lightest colors to finish the outer portion of the egg. So I'm going to use yellow. Now the rest of the egg, all the surroundings around the flowers and the leaves are going to be filled in with your color that you chose. Now the most tricky part is that markers can bleed and then mix the colors together. So just try your best, friends, not to go over the other markers so that you don't mix colors together. If you do, it's okay. It's kind of tricky. Or you can use a crayon for this part. See, my marker bled right there. It's okay, it's still beautiful. Go around and around as carefully as you can. And look how our egg is turning into a beautiful masterpiece. Great job, friends. Try your best. Get into all those little nooks and crannies. Wow. And if you see this line right here, you can go ahead and trace it so you know where your egg outline is. Hard to tell, right? But we can do it. We can imagine where that line is. Good job, friends. Get into all these little grooves as best as you can. Next to the flowers, next to the leaves, around and around the windows. Everything is turning out so beautifully. It's a nice, fun project for a fun Friday. Here's another section that we have to complete the line. Go around and around. Try not to press down too hard. You don't want your hand to get tired, okay, friends? Just nice and gentle strokes. If you need to take a break, go ahead and take a break. Come back to the video when you're ready, when your hand's not as tired. I'm going to complete so that you can see it later if you need to. Or you can keep working along with me. You can do it. Art takes a lot of concentration and time. And as you get bigger, you're going to have lots of other projects like this too. And you'll remember the time that you made a beautiful pattern egg for spring and how you were able to focus and concentrate for a long time. Good job. Get all those nooks and crannies. Remember, if you need to take a break, go ahead and take a break. It's okay. You can always come back and finish. Look at that. It's turning out really beautifully, right, friends? I can't wait to see your colors that you chose. Maybe you chose colors like mine too. That's fun. Ooh, sometimes I have to use my other hand to hold down the paper. The paper might curl with the marker being wet, and that's okay too. You just try your best. Good job, friends. You can do it. We're almost there. And then we just have one last step after it is finished being colored. We have a cut and a glue step. Excellent. Good job, friends. Finish coloring your egg as best as you can. Around and around we go. It's good to hold it down with your other hand if you need. Nice and careful, around and around. Beautiful. You've got this. We're almost done. You can do it around and around all the little spots. It's almost like a little maze, isn't it? I like mazes. They're fun. All right, friends. Wow, that was a lot of concentrating and a lot of work, but we did it. So for our very last step, we're going to cut around the outside of the egg and glue it onto our construction paper. So go ahead and follow the corners. It's more like a corner cut. Up, get those little corners off. There we go. To the edge of the paper. And look at this beautiful egg you've made. Let's back it up onto the construction paper. Look how springy this is. So turn over your egg, roll up your glue stick. Make sure you put the glue as close as possible to the edge of your egg. And then a little bit in the middle, just so it will stick enough. Turn it over, center your egg here in the middle of your construction paper, and smooth it down. Wow, what a beautiful spring masterpiece. Now every amazing artist, just like you, writes their name at the bottom, nice and neat in the right-hand corner. So you go ahead and write your name. You are an incredible artist. Voila! A beautiful spring egg masterpiece. Great job, friends. I'm sure proud of you. That took a lot of effort, a lot of stamina, a lot of concentration to make a pattern, and I can't wait to see your beautiful eggs on Flipgrid Friday. Thanks for joining me for Pattern Art Spring Eggs. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.